Hello, Darthvegan here, back with another episode of Kerbal Space Program Season 4. We have several missions I'd like to do this week on my little extended vacation. And I think the first one we're going to do probably is explore Eve. I'd love to send a little probe to Eve and simply pass by. Easy as pie. No risk at all. Now sign this waiver. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on that premise here. So I have no idea where Eve is in the alignment at this current time, so we're going to go ahead and pop one of these guys on there for the probe that's going to be going to Eve. And we're going to be using just liquid fuel. I think we're going to use our... did I research the atomic engine? Guess I did not. So we will not be using an atomic engine. I was going to say we're going to use an atomic engine. No, we're not, because I don't have it unlocked yet. So let's go ahead and grab one of these small reaction wheels. And let's start building up a nice little probe to go to Eve. And I think it should be... I don't think we're going to have a lot of problem getting there. I don't want that adapter. I want a different one. Let's look in the structural here. This guy. There we go. Alright, let's grab one of these. And let's grab a nice Terrier. How much fuel is that? 5,119. That'll get us there. Super simple. We're just going to fly there, get some science data, and then fly back. Are we going to bring this probe back, or is it just going to stay there? Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. So let's put on some electrical on this thing. We're going to put on a couple of these right there, and we're going to bring an antenna and some batteries. Let's put a battery on here. No, I don't want that one actually. I want to put on this guy. Nice heavy battery. You know what? We don't need that much battery power. We're going to just put on the small guy. And then we're going to weld that in there. Okay. Just like so. And then we will need radio communications. We're going to put this good one on there. Just like so. Alright. And then I'm going to go ahead while I'm thinking about it and add these to the toggle here. Toggle the antenna. Okay, very good. Alright, so this thing should be able to get us to and from Eve. No problem. It's got a battery, it's got solar, it's got communication, it's got a reaction wheel, it's got a probedobanon. It's got everything a boy needs except science. So, where do I want to put the science? Well, good question. We're not going to land, so we don't need that one. Let's go ahead and put the, we'll just stick them around the sides here. Because I think we're going to need these guys dual on there, just like so. Yep. Okay. So now I don't like this antenna the way it is. Let's just put it down here then. Alright, I don't think we need any RCS for this thing. I think it's going to be just fine as it is. So, we're going to get a rocket for this thing, which shouldn't be too bad, considering. Alright. Do we even need a fairing for this? I kind of want to go ahead and put a fairing. So let's grab this guy. And then let's put a fairing on here. Wrong one. I've gotten to where I just really prefer having a fairing on everything that I can. It just seems like it makes it just a little bit cleaner. There we go. Boop. Very good. Alright, so that thing is all in place. Alright, good. Now let's grab a nice big engine here. This would be the upper stage. And I think we can use this Bobcat for that. That's a little too big. Bobcat. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and launch another coupler. Like that. And I like it to be smoother. Then smoother transition, please. So let's put a different coupler on there. There we go. And then we can transition to the big boy. Like so. And put him on there. And put a nice mainsail on him. Boom. You're seeing it. Oh yeah, plenty of Delta V right there. Plenty of Delta V, actually plenty of thrust too, really, for that matter. But I'm going to go ahead and put just a couple of solid rocket fuel boosters on there, just to give it that extra oomph. Just to give it that extra oomph. I don't think I'll need the biggest one. Let's just use these. Okay, that too. Yep. Okay. Let's look at these thoroughbreds. Oh, they're big. And they're too big. Go back to the old kickbacks. We won't be using those newer ones until much later, I think, because they're so freaking huge. Are they attached? Sometimes it's hard to tell with these flat couplers. There we go. That's more like it. Alright, so now we need nose cones for those. There we go. And just like that, we are done with our rocket. Oh boy. I'm excited. Let's get this thing to Eve and get some exploratory science done. Now, I know I could have taken a Science Junior on this thing. It probably... You know what? Let's just go ahead and add it. We got plenty of Delta V. Let's just go ahead and add a Science Junior to this as well. Science Junior. Alright, I'm going to offset it into here. Like so. Boop. Fairing still look good? Yeah. Fairing still okay? Okay. Alright. The fairing is still fairings, and all is still well. Lost a little bit of Delta V, but I think it will be fine. And we can get this thing to Eve and back with no problem at all. Alright. So got all of those going. This will detach from that and fire this. Now fire this. That will detach and fire that. And boom. Back up to 9376. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and name this the DVS Eve Probe MK1. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and get this thing ready to launch. I will see you guys on the launch pad. Alright, so unfortunately we had to pass quite a bit of time before Eve would be into the correct alignment. So it's been over a year since we designed the mission. And now it's time to launch, but we are just about the right position here, about 55 degrees from Eve. So we're going to go ahead and launch that probe and be well on our way to completing yet another mission here. Alright, so we're going to launch the Eve probe, and it's a nighttime launch, which is wonderful. And we are ready to launch in 3, 2, 1, launch. And we're off. This is a relatively light rocket, so we're probably going to get quite a bit of speed up pretty quickly. Hopefully we don't get too much and get out of control here, but I think we'll be fine. I think it'll be just fine. We're just going to take it just right and get up into a nice orbit of Kerbal, and I will see you guys in just a moment. Alright, so we have the probe in orbit. I went ahead and I just went ahead and jettisoned the upper stage because it had more fuel than we needed, but it didn't have enough to make it to Eve, and so I didn't want to cause any problems there. Ooh, this is a nice little orbit for a satellite. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our target of Eve, and let's see if we can set up this maneuver node so that we are going to make the most of our intersection here. Alright, here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom back out, and we are going to make our transfer here in 11 days, it says. Okay. Let's go ahead and see if we can make an intersection here. Okay. And there we go. It's looking good. Oh, I had it. And let's just zone it in there. Boop, 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 boop. Boom. Okay. So let's go in and focus in so that we can fine-tune our intersection there. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. Let's go ahead and see if we can just fine-tune it just a little, though. I'd like to come in a little more at 90 degrees, just like so. Wrong way. There we go. I'd love to come in and just get a little bit of aerobraking. You have to be careful. Eve's atmosphere is mean Joe Green. It is really tough, so you gotta be careful when you come in for an aerobrake on Eve. But why do I keep going the wrong way? Whoop. And then I do something stupid like that. Okay. Let's bring her on in just like this. Alright. Let's grab about... We're just going to skim the surface. So... let's get about 80,000 or just like that. Alright. And see if we can make it a little more 90 degrees-ish. And... that looks pretty good. Almost there. There you go. And then bring it back in. I know we can fine-tune this, but I wanted to get as close as possible on this first. 85, that'll do. Okay. Ready to do our thing. So we're going to go back to our vessel. And we are going to get ready for our burn. 1170, that should be good. Let's go ahead and warp around to that. I'm trying to decide if I want to bring this probe back or not. I think I would like to bring it back and then store the results in the Kerbal space station so that whenever we get a science module up there, we could just store it in there and do some research on it. I mean, does it have to go back to Kerbal? We get more science if you bring it back to Kerbal initially, but you get way more science if you put it in a space station and research it. So I haven't decided yet. I've still got plenty of time to decide. because we got to get there. We got to get back. We've got years to decide, because it will take us some time to get there as we fly through space. Not too long, but probably another year or so, maybe. So, yeah. I'm thinking, should we do another mission or two while this thing is in launch and then just continue this another time, or should we just go ahead and just do it all in one fell swoop and hope that none of our missions expire? I don't think any of our missions will expire. We'll just go ahead and do it all at once. It's a little less realistic to do it all at once, but I mean, it doesn't really make sense in terms of a video game to do things realistically. So, especially time-wise. Otherwise, we'd be screwed playing this game. You'd be here years from now watching this first mission. Okay, so we're just gonna do it all in one fell swoop. And I feel bad for the Kerbals that are waiting to be rescued, because they're gonna have to wait just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Alright, so let's just get this as close as we can, and then we'll do a correction burn if we have to, but I don't think we will. It's pretty... Eve's got pretty solid gravity, so should be not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and slow down just a little bit, slow my burn down so I can ease it in. There we go. Boom. Let's see what we ended up with. The reason why I was wondering if I should bring this stuff back is we might have to wait a long time before we get... Yeah, I do have to make another burn here. Alright, so let's go... Is it normal or anti-normal? It's not normal. Let's try radial in here. There we go. Yeah, bring her in. Bring her on in. Beautiful. Okay, let's go anti-normal. Straighten that up. Go back to radial in. Ooh, careful, careful. Ah, there we go. All right, so then I can just fine tune that once we get to it. Okay, so we're gonna say goodbye to Kerbal now. Our first truly interplanetary probe is on its way out, and we'll try to get some data from space here as we fly out into the wild blue yonder. So let's go ahead, and before we get into the sphere of influence of Eve, let's just warp, let's say, outside of the sphere of influence of Kerbal. Here. Let's just warp there. Bye, Kerbal. Wah! Hello, sun. Alright. So we're going to be 40 days away from Kerbal here. Can we still see it? Can't see it. Can't see home! Still got very good signal, so that's good. Alright, we're pointing right towards the sun. We're going to go ahead and grab some science from deep space. I'll transmit that. And we'll transmit this. Alright. And I'm going to go ahead and keep the rest of our science measurements for whenever we get to Eve. So I've got 2. I hope to get 1 mystery goo when we're in the atmosphere. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do all of these, pin them, so that I can just do them really quickly while we're in the atmosphere. And then we'll duck back out of the atmosphere and we will be when we get back in, when we get into orbit, we'll do the other ones, and then that'll be good. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and warp around to the sphere of influence of whatever that place is called, Eve, and let's see what we get. Circling the sun. 2 years from now till we get there. Wow. Or, oh, till we get to another transfer window. Okay, sorry. But that's probably about right anyway. Okay, here we go. Yeah, we've only been there almost a year. Uh-oh. That ain't good. That ain't good at all. Lost radio signal? Where's Kerbal at? It's over here. I mean, we don't have a signal right now. Are you kidding me? Or did I lose battery power? No, I got battery. Oh, this sucks. Limited probe control. Why did we lose signal? I mean, this is a really good antenna. Do we have the highest rated tracking station? I feel like we do. Well, that's odd. Maybe we're screwed then. We are screwed then. First mission to Eve is gonna fail. There's Eve right there. You can see it. Let's warp up a little bit and see if we can get control back. Yeah, this thing's gonna burn up. It's gonna burn up in the atmosphere because we can't control it. Ah! Okay. Let's go back to the tracking station right quick and just make sure that we've got the highest rated tracking station. I meant Space Center, actually. Well, that sucks. I think we do. No, we don't. Okay, good. Watch this. Boom. Let's spend the money, folks. Let's just reestablish a connection, for goodness sake. Oh my god. I thought I had already upgraded that. Okay. Eve probe. Please let me be able to fly this thing now. I thought I saw a radio connection this time. Oh yeah. We've got one. Great. Okay. Okay, so let's get into retrograde mode here. And we are ready to do our intersection, I believe. We are coming in. Are we coming in clockwise? That's weird. How did I not notice that? I must have had it turned around. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're going to get ready to do our... Oh, Lord. We don't want that. Alright, so let's go radial out. We don't want to enter in at 45 degrees, that's for sure. I mean, at 45K. 45 degrees. We don't want to do that either, but let's go about 85. That should slow us down enough to assist with our aerobraking, but at the same time not smash us to bits and give us an opportunity to do our science and then get back into an orbit here. So let's just throw in a maneuver node here at the periapsis and see what it'll take to bring us into an orbit of Eve. It is going to take us 720 delta V. Okay, that's fine. We'll go ahead and leave that. Alright, so I think we're ready to do our intersection here. I don't know about the antennas. We may not be able to do a braking maneuver. Now I'm thinking about it. Because the antenna needs to be able to function. If I close the antennas, we got no control. Yep. Oh no! There we go. There we go. Well, forget that braking maneuver then. Well, let's just try it. Let's see if, because we're gonna be coming in pretty hot and heavy. We might be able to just delay the orbital burn here and still get into orbit maybe. We'll just have to maneuver it a little differently. Like if we move it away from the periapsis a little, it won't be as efficient. But we can still do it. There we go, yeah. We can still do it. Alright. So that's the plan. We are ready, Jan. Here we come. Here we come, Eve. Coming in. Ooh, boy. Big purple ball. Why is it just a big purple ball? I've got textures turned up. Something's not right. Something's not right. Okay, let's log pressure data. Send that. And we will send temperature data. There we go. Why is it so? No texture applied. That's weird. Full resolution, yeah, got all of it turned up. Well, that's disappointing. Okay. Yeah, that's really disappointing. Let's go ahead and zip on up. Get ready to do our intersection with Eve. 90,000, I believe, is the location that Eve's atmosphere raises up to. Uh-oh. Bring everything in then. We lost our radio contact. That's not good. That's really bad. Hopefully when we get on the other side of Eve, we'll have it. Oh, I saw the textures there for a second. There for a second, I saw some textures. Okay, we're gonna hit the atmosphere soon. Here we go. Hold your breath, guys. Hold your breath. Oh! Oh, we lost our mystery goo. Oh, darn. Let's keep that. Let's log temperature, keep that. Observe this, keep that. Oh no! That was a screw up. That was a screw up. Yes, it was. Okay. Alright, so this time... let's get way out. Let's kill this. And make sure we go, like, well out into the atmosphere here. Well out of the atmosphere. There we go. About 400. I mean, we got plenty of delta V, so no use trying to cut it close if we don't have to. Alright, so let's get our orbit set up. And yeah, 1,000. No. Let's go a little lower. About 893. Plus there's maybe we'll build a rocket back. Okay, so here we go. One more try. Last try. I wanted to try to cut it close, but that's cutting it too close. Okay. Alright, let's go retrograde and start burning in 50 seconds. First, we'll go ahead and transmit data. And transmit data. Alright. Should I go ahead and do a mystery goo? I think so. Space high over Eve. Transmit that data. Alright. Should I do this? No, it's fine. Okay. Burn in 22 seconds. And now we're not even at the periapsis yet. We're still 2 minutes from periapsis. I'll wait a little bit longer here. Not good. Well, we're gonna fly by. Yeah, there's no way to get the signal back when we're on the opposite side of the planet here. So let's see what we can do with our orbit when we're on the wrong side here. We might still be able to get a little bit of an orbit here. We'll just have to make a new maneuver node. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Alright. So let's make a new maneuver node. Let's see if we can add an orbit in here. Let's see. There we go. Something like that. It's 1491. Is it worth it? Not really. Not really. What's our big orbit look like? Okay. We'll have to see if we can get an intersection with Kerbal. All right, so let's go ahead and do the burn. Let's go ahead and do the burn, and then we'll see what we can do from there. We can always leave it in orbit. We can send the data, but it uses up. We won't be able to send the mystery goo again. All right, so let's go ahead and do the burn, and then let's see what we want to do after that. Alright, let's get into orbit, at least. And see if we can even make it back with this much Delta V. I mean, we probably could if I went ahead and waited for the most appropriate transfer windows. We may do that. But we can go ahead and send some data back at least. That like the pressure and the atmosphere, temperature. And then we'll do the mystery goo and the science junior, and we'll keep hold of those until I can see what we want to do with the transfer window. I can always set up an alarm clock so that it's on the right return there, and do that. So I'm assuming the alarm clock will stick around even after I save and quit. Alright. Okay, beautiful. We do have an orbit. Boop. An orbit of Eve. And yes, okay, we do. Excellent. Alright. So, we're going to log pressure data. Can't get any more from this. Okay, well, I guess we'll keep it then. I thought being in orbit would give us something new, but I guess that's just a crew report and a EVA. So let's keep that. We'll go ahead and keep the mystery goo. We will keep that experiment. And observe mystery. Observe the, not mystery goo, science junior. Keep that. Alright. The Eve probe is in place. It is communicating. Let's just take a look and see what it would take to get back to Kerbal. Let's see if it's possible with our current situation. And let's see. Let's set Kerbal as our target. Alright. Let's just burn out. There we go. Alright, so that is that. Let's see if we can turn this around here. So we could get an intersection here if Kerbal gets into the right alignment, which won't be for another year and 50 days. So Yeah. So let's set an alarm clock. Add a new alarm. Yikes. Never used that. Apple apps is sending note alarm, raw alarm. I don't know how to use this thing. Earth alarm, 1 hour. Raw alarm, 10 minutes. Descending node, no, I don't want any of those. I want one of these, but... So I change transfer window, that's it. From Eve to... No. Nearing celestial transfer. Eve to Moho. No. I want to go Eve to Kerbal. Okay. Transfer planet. Our parent sun. Eve. Target. Kerbal. Alright. Year 3. So yeah, a year and 50 days. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add this alarm in. And then we should be at the appropriate place to do our burn and have... Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, throw me some likes, leave me some comments, and as always, subscribe to my channel. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Kerbal's way by the window, vaguely looking down at their saw, and hoping possibly Jebediah will come home with some rocks from Minmus or the moon. Maybe he'll come home soon. Was never what it once was, shouldn't really fly anymore. Either as if an answer with a sound like blowing up your ears. Ship crashes through